Merrick's grip on Dorne is now unchallenged, but power alone is not enough. To secure his house's claim, he must earn the blessing of the Dragon King himself. Yet even as he moves to legitimize his rule, his eyes drift east to the broken empire of Valyria, where ambition and ash still linger. As he rebuilds his realm and prepares an expedition into the smoking heart of the world, one truth grows clearer by the day. If dragons cannot be found, then they must be taken. Hello everybody and welcome back to Dorne, where we, Lord Merrick Starfell, now sit as Lord Paramount. We are married to Lady Aria Targaryen here, 21 years of age herself. She is both Targaryen and High Valyrian. It's for that reason that we have her educating our firstborn son, Lord Uros, in order for him to pick up that Valyrian culture, which should help us both with dragons in the future, both hatching and taming and whatever else we need to do with them, and it may also unlock some unique decisions for us as well. Speaking of decisions, we have unlocked two brand new ones after taking Dorne. The first one is to become the legitimate House of Dorne. The way in which this works is that if we look at the Lord Paramountcy of Dorne and go to title history, we can see our progress to becoming a legitimate house. Obviously, we've just taken this title, so we are at 0%. It's going to go up by 0.99 each year because we get a base of 0.01, and then it also is increased by our average popular opinion as well as our average vassal opinion. So the happier people are with us, the more legitimate we can become. This will likely take quite a bit of time anyway. I do believe, though, there is one thing that we can do to actually increase it, and that is if we petition the king to actually support our house claim. He will endorse us as the legitimate House of Dorne. So we'll work away at that in the background. From what I've read, it can usually take close to 100 years, so we'll see how that goes, but if we can make that decision one day, that would be incredible. I think it can also be increased if we actually marry into House Nymeros Martell, so maybe there's a reason to do that in the future. The other decision we have is actually a religious decision to diverge the Dornish faith of the Seven. The High Septon and the Most Devout are nothing but puppets to the Iron Throne and Highgarden. The Seven are just and true, but their so-called preachers are not. I shall lead the faithful to a better day under the desert sun. This would see us convert to Faith of the Sands. So this is a organized Faith of the Seven faith, but it is unique to Dorne, and we would consider other members of Faith of the Seven astray, as well as them considering us to be astray. So we could work towards this. It would be interesting, but the big issue is that we have to be independent for this to happen, and gaining independence from the Iron Throne would be a hell of a task with the amount of dragons that they have at the moment, and likely short-lived. I think even if we were successful, trying to hold on to Dorne's independence, at least without dragons, feels like a bit of a death sentence at the moment, but maybe we can look towards this eventually. We also have to have been attacked by the Iron Throne or the Reach in war, which is also unlikely to happen at the moment, given our alliances. But if the Iron Throne or the Reach ever does declare on us and we do want to become independent, this would be a great way to mark that. So what is our plan for today? Well, the truth is, I don't know. Getting Dorne was something I thought would take quite a bit longer, but we've actually been rather successful here. Now, we have the option to go to war with some of the other paramountcies around us, such as the Reach or the Stormlands here, and try and just expand out the size of Dorne. Could be interesting. It would help our overall power quite a bit, but not necessarily sure if that is the best course of action at the moment. What I do want to do, what I've been promising to do with Merrick for the longest time, which is a monument expedition over to Valyria. We do also have other sites of draconic lore that we can visit, which should help us when it comes to actually trying to tame a dragon, as well as, I believe, hatching one, but we'll have to see. I think ideally we try and actually get a dragon egg into our family and then maybe give that to our younger son. Hypothetically, if we had an egg at the moment, we give it to Uros and then see if it'll actually be hatched and bonded with him as it grows. To be honest, I've received a ton of help in the comments with how dragons work, but they are seemingly just as mysterious out of game as they are in game. But we'll figure it out. We'll get there. The first thing we need to do is either build a dragon pit, which is going to be insanely expensive, or claim a dragon egg, which is also going to be expensive, but just in prestige rather than gold. Unless we can go over to Valyria and actually manage to find one. Now, somebody did mention that in our decisions, we should have a decision to actually mount an expedition to Valyria. I don't have that decision itself. I believe I can mount an expedition myself and head over there, but I'm not sure if that's because I'm not actually of the Valyrian culture myself. So when Uros gets converted over, maybe he'll have that option. Interestingly, our son Uros is 3 years old now when he's actually picked up Pensive, which is not really going to suit the martial education. So I think I might actually put him into stewardship. Now that we control Dorne, we need to focus on building it up. I mean, there is also an argument to put him into learning, which maybe will help with knowledge and dragons and things like that. But at the same time, I don't want to continuously make decisions to help my heirs with getting dragons into the family and talk about it endlessly, only to still not end up with a dragon or an egg. So for now, we'll keep him in stewardship. When we have the gold, we'll mount an expedition over to Valyria, and hopefully we can pick something up this way. Part of me feels like, unless I do the proper decision for an expedition to Valyria, we may not have the option to come across dragon eggs, but let's see. We do currently have about 1,000 gold invested in our bank. We have about 23 shares, and they are selling for about 50 gold a share. Somebody did make the point that with the 1,000 gold, we apparently would get the decision to create our own bank, which could be interesting to start that from scratch. I would like to get back in control of the no-name bank. It's become rather iconic, but if we don't get control next time, maybe we liquidate our actual holdings and try and found that bank for ourselves. Another lifestyle perk as well in the Wandering Tree. What do we want here? I think I might actually swap over to Wayfarer here and then pick up Well Prepared. The travel safety could be interesting, and the decreased travel option cost will make it a bit cheaper to head over to Valyria as well. And speaking of Valyria, I believe we now have enough gold to actually make our way over to Valyrios here. Okay, we do. We're going to head over. We are looking for knowledge hoarding. What is this here? Worm-infested volcanic mine. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what travel option I need to help with that. Mercenary guards? They help a little bit, still not a lot. We'll bring mountaineers. They're cheaper, and they also bring the chance of danger down to 1%. Okay, let's head out. Oh boy, I should have expected this marrying into the Targaryens. My sister, Lady Erin, is showing signs of pregnancy, and everyone thought that her husband, Lord Thrasos, was the father of the child. Now it has become clear that the real father is none other than Lord Jarrett, who also belongs to House Starfell. So my sister has cheated on her husband with my cousin. The negative side effects of marrying into the Targaryen family. Now, members of our family have traveled before, but this is certainly going to be... Whoa, he is zooming. He is zooming. I was going to say, this is certainly going to be the farthest any Starfell has ever gone away from Dorne, and probably the longest they've ever been on a boat as well. The Sorcerer of Palmyra. They practice the 14 Flames faith that we consider evil, and they consider us to be evil. Right in the middle of town, there's a man chanting incantations and offering blessings as if he were a septon. The very sight of this degenerate heresy is enough to make me sick, and I can feel my witch-burning hand begin to tremble with rage. I mean, are we really going to show up and the first man that we find practicing this religion try and kill him? Probably. We're not going to say this is none of my concern because we are zealous. I think we would say he will repent or he will burn. We were stopped by the locals. Okay, we lost some prestige. That's fine. Okay, so we have arrived, and this background image is making Valyria look a lot more built up than it is. Unfortunately, I really think there's going to be a lot more focused on just the actual expedition itself, trying to improve a skill rather than actually finding a dragon egg. I maybe should have put more detours in here and tried to visit around Valyria, like walk around just the different parts of it more, but I guess for now we will try and hone, why not? I think our martial skill. Now, we did come across this man, Athan, here, who we've actually offered to be our tutor, even though he does worship the 14 Flames. So our martial has increased by 2, and we've gained an extra skill point. Okay, so our expedition is finished. We did manage to pick up some courtiers who are high Valyrian. Maybe they'll be of use to us, and our martial has increased by 2. No dragon eggs, unfortunately. I suspect that we really need the specific expedition to Valyria in order for those events to occur. I think, although we're in Valyria, realistically, the event chain was just a normal expedition. I'm guessing, but I assume if our son here can pick up Valyrian culture, surely he, if anybody, would then get the actual decision to go back to Old Valyria. Unless there's a distinction between Westerosi and High Valyrian, maybe he has to be High Valyrian. We'll see, we'll see. That's fine for now, though. We may even revisit Valyria. Now that we're back, let's petition the king. We don't necessarily want him to transfer a claim. A council seat would be quite nice, but I also think that supporting the house claim could also be interesting. I'm also curious how much he actually increases our legitimacy. Like, is it just increasing it a little bit year over year, or is it like a flat bonus? I've never done this before, so let's see. No way. Greetings, my serene vassal. Unfortunately, you've arrived at a difficult time, and I must inform you I am unable to receive you and your company in my halls, refusing to even listen to me. It is a small act of tyranny, and we grow closer to forming a rivalry with him. I don't really want a rivalry with the King of the Iron Throne right now. Please no. He's not even at war anymore. I don't know why he refused to see us. That's a shame, though. We'll remember this, King Gaiman the Insane. Now, we've come across another hospital hospice here where Glaive Shoemaker is offering us decoction of the poppy. We won't partake in that, but why don't you join my court as my personal physician? You look amazing. I think in the meantime, we will continue to build up the actual trade port inside of the elbow. And then if we can get this to the required level, I may as well actually try and restore at least one of the ruins over in Valyria here. Why not? It would be interesting to hold some lands over there. Obviously, it's going to be expensive. It's going to take us quite a bit of time, but I think we should be able to do this eventually. It's also a bit scary. I assume it's a placeholder, but technically there is a ruler of these ruins that is 8,090 years old. I'm going to keep upgrading everything that I can inside of Blackmont here, as well as Starfall. It's a bit annoying that our domain holdings is only at 4 here. I would love for this to be a bit higher so I can actually hold more land. New Lord Commander on the wall. Does he want to come and work for me with his 30 stewardship? Let me swap over once again to Inspector here inside of the Wandering Lifestyle to actually pick up Inspection, giving us plus 10% domain taxes, which is very nice. We also get the inspection activity, which I believe can lead to more tax as well. We do also have the ability to actually request access to King Gaiman's Dragon Pit. We would become the authorized tamer of the King's Landing Dragon Pit. Now, obviously he won't accept this, but I do wonder if we could get a strong hook. Would that be enough to let him actually into the Dragon Pit and maybe leave one day and forget to give one of the eggs back? Or get burned to death day one. But you know, something could happen. Jandon the Lecher Aaron of the Vale, the man who helped us secure Dorne, has died. His son, Hugo Aaron, and our brother-in-law actually, because this is Yolande, who remember was our daughter with the disputed heritage. But we have made fantastic use of her. Thankfully, we still have an alliance with the Vale for the time being, and that should last for quite a while. Oh, King Gaiman's coming back around. You've been a loyal and devoted subject, and I wish to reward you for your service. I am hereby offering you the position of Admiral of the Iron Throne. We will absolutely accept. The existence of the Murder Lord Merrick scheme is exposed. Now that's interesting. I'm not sure who would be trying to kill me, except for obviously Nymerios Martell's family. Speaking of the Nymerios Martell family, I will actually pin you because if possible in the future, I would love to maybe marry you off to my other son, Michael Starfell here. You obviously won't accept currently. You really hate that idea. Obviously as well, considering you're like the head of your family, you're probably not going to accept anything unless it's matrilineal as well. Could be an idea though, like it might help us a little bit with the house legitimacy, but I don't want to focus too much on that because it will happen over time anyway. The bank is once again scraping by with their insane expenses. Hopefully we can gain control soon. Gorman Castle is only 55 though, will probably live for a little while longer. I would sell all of my shares, but the problem is that while I would have enough gold to start the bank, I believe there might be a minimum level of stewardship, which could actually be 16 from what I've read, but I think we might also need to be independent, so I don't... Oh, what is this? I hope there would not come to this, but I am left with no other option. I must rescind your appointment as Master of Ships of the Iron Throne, effective immediately. Why are you doing this to me, Gaiman? What did I ever do to you? Refuses to see us, puts us on the council, takes us off the council. What I was saying is that I would liquidate all of my shares, but I think because we're not independent, I don't believe we'd get the opportunity to just start a new bank. So for now, I'm going to continue to invest in this one. But I'm not going to put all my gold in this time. I'll pick up one more share, but I do need to actually just get some gold in my pockets here so I can keep building out my actual realm. We can ask our head of fate for gold again. Absolutely. Oh no, a question of loyalty. Lady Aria's with child and I should be overjoyed. Where she's been acting strange. Oh no, she must tell me. Of course the child is yours. Aria tosses a coin. Why would you ever think otherwise? Okay, 98% chance we can discover the truth. Let's look into this once. Oh, my swordsmanship improved. I've gained the trait skilled fighter. Amazing. Oh god, she found out, but at least she wasn't lying, so that is fine. The child is mine. Another son, Lord Bastion here. Very nice. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell has just happened? Oh, Princess Valyria of the Iron Throne has died. That is not good at all. She was our real strong connection to the dragons. Prince Maelys Targaryen of Dragonstone is now in control, also a dragon rider of Anciligon. That is wild, and because she was our friend, we have had a mental break, which, to be honest, I think of all the times a friend dying gives you a mental break, this makes the most sense. We were super close with Valyria. Oh boy, I don't know if we want to go straight to Milk of the Poppy Addict, though. I think this is my duty after all is fine, at least for level 1 stress. Oh, and now Prince Gaiman wants me to be the steward of the Iron Throne. Yeah, fine, we'll accept. Are you going to just kick us off another few months? Now, we have the ability to negotiate an alliance with Prince Maelys here of Dragonstone. Problem is, he's not a massive fan of it. Maybe if we sway him a bit, we could get there. I would like to keep this alliance alive for the time being. That does mean, though, that Lady Aria, our cousin wife here, isn't really giving us any strong alliances anymore. It is literally just her culture and her blood that we are interested in. That sounds very sinister, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Immediately kicks me off being Master of Coin. What is he doing? Why is he playing with me like this? One of King Gaiman's other sons, called Daemon Targaryens, after taken to the skies on Falkeel. This is great to see, though. Urus's education is paying off. He has just learned Valyrian. We can get our trade port up to level 3 here as well. Still not what it needs to be, but very close. Ooh, a rising sun. Oh, come on. It's Valyria Dayne. Wait, hold on. Valyria Dayne of the Forest Manticores. Don't tell me you're Inessa's daughter. No, you're not. You're Inessa's granddaughter. Oh my word. Yness Dayne has been the longest lasting Dayne I've ever seen. Well, at least the longest lasting Dayne outside of the realm. I think we still have a Dayne or two around, but she, once we took the elbow, she just had it out for us and continued to all the way through. Even in the later wars, she came back to fight against us. And now her granddaughter, with, to be fair, 37 prowess, could potentially become Sword of the Morning. Now, this is an interesting one, though. We worked so hard to get Dawn back into control of our family. We refused to claim it ourselves because we didn't consider ourselves worthy, but do we give it to a Dayne? There is an argument there. She's an incredible fighter, but giving Dawn to the leader of an adventurer band just feels too risky. If she was a vassal, maybe. Valyria may be worthy, but we will not offer her Dawn. I'm going to pick Know Your Land, Know Your People here for our next wandering lifestyle. It helps with vassal opinion and marriage acceptance for close and extended family, which could be interesting. But I think after this, we're going to rotate probably back over into stewardship here. I want income, and that is all that I really want at the moment. Sacred lineage. Such are the accomplishments of King Gaiman that the High Septim himself officially recognized his instrumental role in defense and promulgation of Faith of the Seven Virtues. The Targaryen dynasty will be long remembered from its piety and zeal, thanks to the impeccable conduct of this great man. I mean, seeing stuff like this really makes me want to reform the Dornish Faith of the Seven. A dragon enters the world bonded with Princess Visera here, and this dragon has probably the best dragon name I've seen thus far, Gravefire. Adam Gaunt here is offering for Euros to Squire to Humphrey Gaunt here. That's perfectly fine. He'll move to our court. Now, this is interesting. Prince's Pass is going to war for a claim on the High Lordship of Brimstone. Now, ideally, we'd like our vassals to be nice and separate. Interestingly, it's our fool that's come to us here with some options. 200 gold for it to end in a white peace. 150 prestige for it to end in a white peace. Or let it continue. Only 150 prestige to just make them end their war? Absolutely. War started 8,194 years ago. I don't think so. So people think Glaive Shoemaker, our personal physician here, is a witch. To be honest, he probably is, but cease your baseless accusations nonetheless. Okay, so there was a plague in Astermine. This all happened so quickly. Incredibly, the ruler of Astermine, Lord Aston, is now dead, so we've inherited it, and just as we inherit it, we get this event where Teresa, a free tenant renting some of my land in Astermine, has pulled in an exceptional harvest this season due to her meticulous planning. She wishes to use some of her profits to purchase a piece of my estate from me so that she can build upon her success and grow more crops next year. So I can say it's mine and mine alone and we'll get 20 control growth. I can have her pay me 225 gold. We will get independent farmland, so the control will go down, but I don't mind that too much. To be honest, yeah, give me the gold up front. And then what I will do is I will have my steward here increase control over there once the plague goes away. I'm actually quite happy to have Astermine back in my possession though. This should help a lot with some tax. To be fair, we're not doing bad on income either. We're at 28 gold per month at the moment. Still lots of places that we can actually upgrade. In the elbow here, we have a whole building slot, lots to upgrade. Starfall, not as much to upgrade. There are a few things that we can do still. I'm upgrading the actual workshops here. But Astermine, the ability to continue to upgrade this, I think, will be huge. And obviously, Blackmont is doing well as well. I'm upgrading over here also. Now, thankfully, we managed to sway Prince Maelys Targaryen of Dragonstone here enough that he will accept an alliance with us. This will be very nice, as he is also the heir to the Iron Throne. Even though we have the alliance, I'm going to keep swaying him for now, because it's no harm being in his good books. Oh god, the bank is just losing the run of itself here. Net profit of minus 2,000. Spymaster has discovered that Lord Cedric is plotting to kill me. My uncle, who was my rival, and we agreed to no longer be rivals, and now he's trying to kill me. Well, he is now my nemesis and my vassal. He's currently traveling. God knows where he's going. He holds Sun's Edge over here, which I would actually be happy to take off of you. Let's attempt to imprison him. It's not tyrannical. We'll raise our army up as well. He's managed to avoid capture and has fled to the countryside. Oh, no way. So it just immediately goes to somebody else. Okay. I'm still the primary heir as long as you don't marry, but you probably will. Okay, that's a bit strange. At least he's out of the realm, I guess. Where did I get all these men-at-arms from? I don't remember picking up more armor. Oh, Astermine. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't need this many armored footmen for sure. I'd rather kind of have one of everything. I'm even going to destroy you for now. I think I was saving up for scorpions, wasn't I? Yeah, let's get one of them going at the very least. Oh, look at this. Twins. Lord Cyrus. He did get the clubfoot. That's unfortunate. And Lady Perianne here. Interesting. Actually up to 7 children already. This is pretty incredible. I did have my first son Uros quite young actually, so he may inherit when he's a bit older, but for now he's looking okay. Oh god, K Starfell, my brother has pox. That is not good at all. Ooh, it's actually starting right here, right next to the capital. Maybe we enter seclusion for a little bit just in case here until we see where it goes. Oh, K died almost instantly. 31 years of age. Damn, he was my brother and my friend as well. Now, we're actually almost finished the innovations in the Steel Age here before we move into the High Steel Age. All we have left is urbanization and ancestral claims. We'll go for urbanization since that's what's boosted currently anyway. I don't really think we have anywhere that's above 55 development, do we? No, not at all, just 24, so won't be that big for us, but may as well while we wait for the High Steel Age. A realm at war. Well, of course we will side with the Iron Throne. I assume it's just you. Yep, 1,000 versus 235,000. I think we'll side with the Iron Throne. Okay, he liked that enough to now make us Chancellor. He's just rotating us through all the positions at court here. King Gaiman, I cannot promise you a lot, but I promise you I will put down the one county that decided to join the rebels. Ooh, we are back at another critical stress level here, so it's gonna be irritable or drunkard. I think irritable, to be honest. We may also want to use some of our gold to host a feast or something soon as well, try and get our stress down. Very glad that we secluded ourselves though. Westerosi pox is spreading. It's a major plague as well. Only 26 fatalities so far, but Starfall is heavily infected. Ooh, we've just inherited Star Crossing as well. I would like to hold on to all of this. The thing is, like, I have decent stewardship, and even with my Castellan giving me another 2, still only 4 possible domain holdings. And my wife is on managed domain, so I think 5 might be too much to handle. Let's actually give this to Uros for the time being, a bit of land to get himself sorted. Just please don't start picking up a bunch of rivals while you do all of this. Oh no, our daughter died and we get another critical stress break. Do we want to gain the trait Confider? Managed grief for 5 years, 20 opinion of our wife. I mean, we confide in our wife. I don't really like Confider. I think it's very dangerous, but I'm still going to take it over Milk of the Poppy Addict. Also, just realized that I did just put my son Uros in control of a holding that is riddled with the plague. He'll be fine, he'll be fine. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I wasn't even looking, but it looks like the whole army came down here to sort out the last of the rebels. Thankfully, Prince Gaiman was paying attention and made his way down. Dangerous faction. Oh, look at this. Lady Leonette Nemeros Martell wants the Lord Paramancy back. Who were you allied with? Blackwood Vale and their 7,000 men. That's probably why it is now so dangerous. Oh, I knew it was a mistake. Uros just gained the trait smallpox. Oh no. Quickly, send for a maester. Send for a maester immediately. Okay, he's okay. He recovered. He recovered. Thank you. And my maester immediately died of consumption. Oh my word. Send for another one immediately. It's an absolute waste of 200 gold. Yeah, welcome in, welcome in. Put us immediately into debt. Oh no, I have pneumonia. Do no more than what's necessary. Excellent work. Okay, you were worth going into debt for. I don't want to die now. I don't want to die now. Uros is only 14. Ask our head of faith for gold quickly just in case. 692. Very nice. Let's use this to at least upgrade the trade port once more in case I die. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't finally give me the ability to gain control of the bank and then kill me. I vote for myself. What the hell? Why don't they like me? Lord Guy. What is it with House Caswell? They always seem to retain control. To be fair, I think it may have been their family that actually started the bank, so maybe some of the shareholders are their vassal. God damn it. Can't believe Gaiman hasn't dealt with this rebellion yet either. Like, he has the troops. I think he's just taken his whole army around the world chasing 200 men. Okay, the plague is gone at least, so I will emerge from seclusion, but I'm still gonna stay in my room because I have pneumonia. Oh, we actually did it. My strength returning. Time to conquer the world. Okay, I don't know about that now, but we're back at it at least. Be honest, I kind of want you to fire your faction so that I can deal with you, imprison you, maybe revoke Sunspear, at least give it to Uros or something. You know what though, let's host a funeral. It's gonna be for K. Starfell, our brother of course. Actually quite a few people that died from that plague as well. And then there's Princess Viella, my cousin, who was eaten by a dragon. But we'll get to her eventually. We're gonna start with our brother. During the funeral of my brother, another son is born, Lord Aros. Given how many children I have, I may actually send one of them away to either take the vows or to the Citadel, just to see if there's any interesting events that come from that, or if they just go on and live their own life. Gaiman, what the hell are you doing? How are you still at 79%? There's like 600 men down here. What's going on? We've got the trade port up to level 4. To get it to level 5, we need the small castle building and its upgrade. So we actually need to upgrade the castle here, which we have the innovation for, but that's going to be 2,000 gold. Oh my word. To be fair though, if we liquidate our holdings in the bank, that is about 1,000 gold, so it's not actually that much. All in all though, from building the actual trade port to the required level, plus the like 400 gold we need to actually attempt to restore these ruins, a ridiculous investment is needed. Oh come on, I came to this funeral to try and lose some stress. I'm gonna get a mental break either way. And now we have a faction firing as well. Never a peasant's lot is to serve their lord. The funeral will continue. I can deal with this. There we go. Now we're losing stress. I also immediately dealt with the rebels as well, so that's perfectly fine. You, my friend, are getting executed. You hate to see it, but it has to be done. Ooh, and we'll lose a lot of stress because we're vengeful. Very nice. I always forget that we're vengeful. I always try to do these elaborate things to lose stress. All we have to do is kill somebody we don't like. Whoa, I can have his skull boiled, turn into a court artifact. But my courtier will hate me for 50 years because she's absolutely horrified. You know what? Do it, and then we can just dismiss you. Oh, what is this? A child's dream. Little Bastion has always been infatuated with the tales of the Kingsguard, none more so than Lord Commander Roland, viewing him in the same light as Sir Serwyn of the Mirror Shield and Sir Simeon Star Eyes. I thought little of his dreams of being like these legendary figures, as all children have heroes they aspire to be like. But as Bastion has gotten older, his dreams of joining the Kingsguard have become ever more real. Just today, he came before me and asked to set aside any betrothals I might have planned for him so that he can start planning to become a member of King Gaiman's Kingsguard. You know what, Bastion? I agree. That is a great idea. I'm going to say by all means, little one, he will be refusing marriage but will increase his prowess and will begin training to join the Kingsguard. What would be incredible is if he joined the Kingsguard and became Sword of the Morning, guarding the king with Dawn in his scabbard. That would be incredible. Funeral is over. Very successful at the end of the day. Our stress is now down back at 0 and we are looking good. Oh my word, look at it. What are you do? Minus 4,000 net profit. Oh, I need to liquidate my shares before they go to zero. How much do the shares cost right now? I'm afraid they're down to 40. When I first bought a share, they were 70. Part of me feels like it can't get worse than this. I should just stay in and liquidate on the next round. But, I mean, that's not a good idea when it comes to investing. Well done, gaming. 4 years later to take down 2,000 men. I'm sorry, what is your name? Yawning Mink. What an incredible character. Oh, and of course, gaming immediately takes me off the council once again. It's just tradition at this point. Alright though, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. We are actually much closer now to restoring some ruins over in Valyria. We're not very close, but we only really need to upgrade our trade port 2 more times. It's going to cost a ridiculous amount of gold, but we have lots of income, close to 1,000 gold stored up in the bank already, hopefully more if the share price can actually increase again, and we are continuing to upgrade all of our holdings, getting more and more tax. So that should work in our favor, and we can start restoring some ruins in old Valyria. We are also coming up on 5,000 prestige per month. There is an argument to maybe rotate into diplomacy to try and actually get a claim on a dragon egg and then try and steal that. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like and subscribe. A massive shout out to all of our channel members helping to support the channel. If you'd like to help support the channel, click that join button down below. And as always, a very special shout out to our Emperor's Hands tier, Faustbread and Batch Plays. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.